Okay, let's unpack this. Imagine possessing, well, almost like an invisible superpower. Not for, grand battles, but for building something truly enduring. Something that really withstands the test of time, volatility. Today, we're diving into a concept that, on the surface, might sound like a contradiction. Strategic patience. What exactly is it? Why is it being heralded as this powerful, almost mythical tool?
All right.
And maybe most importantly, how does it separate those who merely succeed from those who achieve, lasting greatness?
It's fascinating, isn't it? Because the sources we have, just the titles and descriptions, they lay out a whole philosophy even before you get to the actual content.
Yeah.
We're looking at insights from an article titled Mastering Strategic Patience, Your Secret Weapon for Sustainable Successes, and also from the description of Level Up, The Enlightened Edge, which is a podcast and newsletter aimed at high achievers.
Okay.
These aren't just labels, you see. They feel like carefully crafted declarations of intent, like signposts pointing towards a kind of deeper wisdom for, well, unparalleled achievement.
So they're challenging the usual narrative. The faster is always better idea.
Exactly. They challenge that prevailing notion that relentless speed is the only path to the top. They suggest instead that a measured, thoughtful approach might actually be the real competitive advantage.
So what does this all mean for you, our listener? You're someone who's constantly striving to elevate your game, right? Our mission in this deep dive, I guess, is to be like linguistic detectives.
I like that.
We're going to peel back the layers of these really intriguing phrases. We want to understand the profound implications of calling patience a secret weapon, and how it fits into a strategy specifically for high achievers.
Right.
Even without the full articles, the word choices, the phrasing, they let us infer this rich landscape of powerful ideas.
We're essentially reverse engineering the core tenets, aren't we?
Yeah. From the promises these sources make, we're exploring what kind of mindset, what disciplined approach must lie beneath these claims.
And specifically, how this skill might be the very thing separating the good from the truly great.
That's the core of it, isn't it?
Indeed. It's about extracting every possible nugget of insight, every nuance from the language itself. We're not just reading the words, we're really thinking about the why behind them. The subtext, the unstated assumptions that allow for such powerful terms.
Okay.
And that lets us build a pretty robust understanding of what strategic patience really signifies, especially in the context of achieving significant, lasting results in a world that, well, it often rewards haste.
Let's jump right into that article title then. It's packed with meaning. Mastering Strategic Patience, Your Secret Weapon for Sustainable Success. Okay, first off, strategic patience. That phrase just grabs you, doesn't it?
It really does.
Now, for high achievers, people often wired for immediate action, immediate progress. Reconciling drive with patience can feel like a paradox.
Absolutely.
This isn't about being idle, is it? It feels fundamentally different from just, passively waiting in line or something.
This raises a truly important question, Why strategic and not just patience? The word strategic immediately elevates it. It's not a passive virtue anymore. It becomes a deliberate, calculated, highly active approach.
Active patience.
Right. It's not merely tolerating delay. It implies a mind that's constantly engaged in foresight, in planning, maybe even in intelligent inaction.
Okay, unpack that intelligent inaction.
Well, think of it like a master painter versus a novice. The novice might just dab colors impulsively, hoping for the best. But the master, they consider every stroke. They often step back, observe, wait for the paint to dry before adding the next layer.
Ah, I see.
That pause, that waiting, it's an active strategic choice for the master. They know rushing it could ruin the whole thing, while a deliberate pace perfects it.
That's a powerful distinction.
Yeah.
It really highlights that this isn't just about biding your time. It's about making a conscious, informed decision. When to act, and maybe more crucially, when not to act.
Precisely.
Knowing when to hold back, gather more info, let things unfold naturally.
Or allow for organic growth, yeah, instead of forcing an outcome too early.
It's an active choice, a considered pause, linked to a specific long-term goal. It's not just waiting for a bus, it's waiting for the right bus at the right time to take you exactly where you ultimately want to go. Even if that means letting other, maybe good enough opportunities just pass by.
Spot on. It's understanding that sometimes the best move is, well, no move at all, or a very delayed one.
Which contrasts sharply with that common impulse, right? Especially for high achievers.
Oh, definitely. That impulse to rush into solutions, respond immediately, demand instant results.
In a world rewarding speed, this feels counterintuitive.
It is. Strategic patience is a discipline. It requires an internal compass, a really clear vision of the end goal, and the mental fortitude to resist all that pressure, internal and external, for immediate gratification.
So it's knowing that the fastest way to a big lasting outcome might actually be slower, more thoughtful.
It's recognizing progress isn't always linear. Often, a period of what looks like inactivity is actually the most productive phase.
Like incubation, refinement.
Or deep learning, yeah. Think about building a skyscraper. For weeks, maybe months, you barely see anything happening above ground.
Right, all foundation work.
But that slow, meticulous work is absolutely critical for the strength of the whole thing. That foundational weighting. That's strategic patience in action.
Okay, now here's where it gets really interesting for me. Calling it a secret weapon makes you wonder, if it's so powerful, why isn't everyone talking about it? Or, more importantly, why isn't everyone using it?
Good question.
Secret weapon suggests something potent, highly effective, but maybe underestimated, overlooked, not understood by most people.
That's the implication, isn't it?
If it's a secret, maybe its power isn't obvious, or maybe it requires a level of discipline most people just aren't willing to cultivate.
Could be.
It cuts right to that paradox.
Yeah.
In an era where everyone's sprinting, maybe the real edge comes from a deliberate pause that others just can't handle.
It definitely implies a significant competitive advantage. Something that decisively separates those who get consistent, major success from those who struggle or burn out.
Or just have those fleeting wins.
Right, those short-lived victories. If it's a weapon, it's used to overcome big obstacles, navigate complex situations, achieve things that might seem impossible.
So why secret?
Perhaps because it's inherently difficult, especially in a world that loves instant gratification, quick iterations, constant visible progress.
It's not glamorous.
Not at all. It doesn't offer that immediate dopamine hit of a quick win or going viral. It offers the delayed, deeper, much more profound satisfaction of a truly monumental accomplishment.
Like the difference between a sprinter and a marathon runner.
Exactly. The sprinter excels in a short dash. The marathon runner maintains a consistent, measured pace for hours. They win the race not through bursts of speed, but through sustained strategic endurance.
And that's how it separates the good from the great. The good focus on the sprint.
Well, the great master the marathon.
And for you, the listener, why would you need a secret weapon like this? Think about the pressures you face. The demand to be on constantly, produce immediate results, chase every shiny new thing.
Isn't relentless.
All that can lead to exhaustion, hasty decisions, work that lacks real depth. A secret weapon implies a way to cut through that noise, find a more effective, enduring path that others just don't see or aren't disciplined enough for.
It's like having an ace up your sleeve when everyone else is playing their cards too fast.
An asymmetric advantage.
Precisely. It directly tackles those challenges. Impulsivity, short-term thinking, the pressure of modern demands. Strategic patience acts as a counterweight. It allows for more deliberate choices, cultivates resilience against setbacks or market shifts.
Which brings us back to that phrase, sustainable success.
Absolutely key. It's not just about hitting a goal once or one good quarter. It's about building processes, approaches that allow for continued achievement over time through all kinds of changes and challenges.
That's the real mark of greatness, isn't it? Not just peak performance, but sustained peak performance.
That's it.
Sustainable success.
Yeah.
It's such a critical distinction. It's not just hitting a target. It's building a system, a career, a business, maybe even a habit that endures, one that grows, weathers storms, adapts. I think of all those trends that rise and fall, or businesses that boom and then bust just as fast.
Right. They might have been successes for a moment,
but definitely not sustainable. And this is where the good often stumble, maybe, while the great pull ahead.
Indeed. Sustainable success implies long-term, lasting achievement, not just those ephemeral wins. And strategic patience fuels this. It fosters resilience, prevents burnout, allows for that meticulous development of a solid foundation.
Like building a house properly versus rushing it.
Exactly. If you rush construction, it might look impressive quickly, but the structure is questionable. Strategic patience lets you lay deep foundations, build carefully, test rigorously. This ensures the achievement isn't just a temporary peak, but a new, stable plateau for even more growth.
It's how empires are built, you mean? Not overnight.
But through generations of strategic patient cultivation, yes.
So it's the total opposite of the get-rich-quick mentality.
Yeah.
Or overnight fame.
Yeah.
or viral success.
It actively pushes back against that idea that everything has to happen now.
Right. It implies a deep understanding that significant things often need a long gestation period, maturation.
Even periods that look like stagnation or reversal might be part of the larger patient strategy.
Recognizing some things just can't be rushed, and trying to rush them is self-defeating.
Absolutely. It contrasts sharply with quick wins on shaky ground. Strategic patience suggests a foundation built for endurance, adaptability, continuous evolution. It's about building a legacy, not just making a momentary splash.
Which is vital anywhere. Long-term impact matters, right? Tech development, building teams, even relationships.
All require that deep commitment to the long haul, nurtured by strategic patience. The good might grab the low-hanging fruit.
While the great plant orchards that bear fruit for decades, like that. Okay, moving to our second source. Level Up, the Enlightened Edge newsletter podcast. That name itself is really evocative.
It is, isn't it?
Level Up makes you think of progress, getting better, often in a structured way, like a game.
Yeah, signifies improvement, advancement, moving beyond limits, enhancing capabilities.
It's a call to continuous self-mastery.
And that leveling up concept really connects with high achievers, doesn't it? People driven by self-improvement, growth, mastery.
Definitely.
It's not about standing still. It's a continuous ascent, a journey from one stage to the next. The gaming metaphor works well. Deliberate effort, acquiring skills, overcoming challenges, earning the right to progress, a very active view of development.
But it's the enlightened edge that really grabs me. It adds this layer of depth beyond just ambition.
How so?
Well, enlightened suggests awareness, wisdom, a deeper understanding, maybe even a shift in perspective. Not just more information, but insight.
Okay, I see that.
And then edge clearly implies a competitive advantage, a distinctive quality that sets you apart, that subtle thing allowing consistent high performance.
Right, that elusive quality.
So combining enlightened and edge, that's powerful.
It really is. And it speaks directly to why strategic patience is so critical. It suggests true, lasting advantage comes not just from effort or speed, but from deeper understanding, wisdom, clarity.
So it's not just what you do, but how you think, how you perceive things.
Exactly. Your differentiator isn't just action, but judgment. Seeing patterns others miss, understanding long-term consequences, anticipating trends,
An enlightened edge means your advantage comes from superior judgment and clarity.
which are often the direct results of patience, reflection, observation. It's not just working harder, it's working exponentially smarter, with a deeper grasp of how success actually works.
So it's not brute force or being first or outcompeting on volume. It's about intellectual, maybe even emotional clarity that lets you operate more effectively with foresight.
Like the difference between a fighter relying on raw strength and one using technique, psychology, anticipating moves.
Yes. The second one has that enlightened edge. And it ties back to strategic patience because that clarity takes time to cultivate.
Time to observe, reflect, let ideas incubate, see patterns emerge.
Makes sense.
Absolutely. Pursuing an enlightened edge is inherently long-term. It demands patience. It's about acquiring wisdom, not just data points. And this whole philosophy, this level up idea, is specifically geared towards strategies for high achievers in the workplace.
Right, that target audience.
That audience, high achievers in the workplace, is crucial for understanding the context. These are driven, ambitious people used to fast-paced, high-pressure environments where quick results are often demanded.
Okay, so what are their specific challenges, the pain points that strategic patience addresses?
Well, you mentioned it earlier, that inherent impatience that comes with being action-oriented.
Yeah, the pressure for immediate results, information overload, decision fatigue.
The risk of burnout from just relentless striving without pacing.
High achievers are wired for action, for constant forward motion. So patience might seem counterintuitive, like slowing down when everything screams, go faster.
Exactly, which makes its secret weapon status even more compelling. It's disruptive for their usual way of operating.
It asks them to question their core beliefs about what actually creates success.
Indeed. For this group, strategic patience isn't about slowing down overall, maybe. It's about optimizing pace, maximizing impact, channeling their drive into the most impactful areas instead of scattering it on reactive, short-sighted actions.
So it solves problems that can derail even the most talented, like impulsivity leading to mistakes.
Or inability to delegate, or chasing the next quick win at the expense of long-term growth, yes.
Strategic patience lets them keep their high standards and big goals, but with stability and clarity, preventing burnout.
Precisely. It lets them take that strategic breath analyze deeply, make calculated moves that yield far greater returns over time than just frantic activity.
Building a fortress instead of a house of cards.
That's a good way to put it.
And then the description talks about emphasizing practical hacks and habits that can lead to success.
Yes, that's important.
That focus on practical hacks and habits is so appealing, isn't it? Makes it feel doable.
Right. It frames strategic patience not as some vague concept or innate trait you either have or don't.
But as something concrete you can do. Actionable, learnable, repeatable.
It implies it's not a gift, but a skill you can develop, hone, integrate into your routine.
Which aligns perfectly with mastering it, from the article title.
It does. A hack implies a clever, efficient technique. A shortcut in approach, maybe not effort, but getting more leverage.
And a habit.
Suggests consistent behavior that becomes second nature through practice, needing less conscious effort.
So instead of just saying be patient, there are specific actions, mental models, the hacks.
That, when practiced, become habits cultivating strategic patience. It demystifies it, makes it accessible even for the most impatient, results-driven person.
It means it's a skill you can actually acquire.
Yes,
Yeah.
not just something you hope for.
Makes you wonder, what are these specific hacks? It suggests concrete steps, exercises, mental frameworks,
Could be things like consciously delaying gratification in decisions,
or meticulously setting long-term goals and breaking them into patient phases,
practicing mindfulness to observe impulses without acting.
or maybe developing a deeper understanding of natural growth cycles in projects or careers.
The idea that patience can be hacked and turned into a habit is pretty revolutionary for a lot of people,
Yeah,
especially those who see patience as a weakness, not a tool.
absolutely. And ultimately, this whole approach, this level up, the enlightened edge philosophy, it's presented as something that can lead to success.
Right, reinforcing the ultimate goal, the tangible benefit,
It's not just philosophical. It's a pathway to real, measurable results.
connects right back to sustainable success from the article title, creates this coherent story. Strategic patience is fundamental for lasting, meaningful outcomes professionally.
Grounds the abstract in real-world application. Proves its value. Okay, let's try and synthesize these insights. They're limited, but very evocative. How do the article title and the newsletter description complement each other?
Well, it feels like the article promises the what and why, doesn't it? Defining strategic patience, explaining why it's a secret weapon for sustainable success.
Yeah, sets the stage.
Whereas the newsletter description seems to get into the how and who, offering practical hacks and habits designed for high achievers.
Two sides of the same valuable coin.
Right. It raises that question, how do these two sources, the title and the description, inform each other, create a complete picture?
Mm-hmm.
It seems the article gives the deep dive on what strategic patience is and why it's so powerful.
And the newsletter provides the practical framework for how high achievers can actually develop it as a habit.
The article is the declaration of the truth, maybe, and the newsletter is the manual for implementation.
Together, they paint this comprehensive picture, even inferred, of strategic patience as both a vital philosophy and a set of actionable techniques for extraordinary results.
They really build on each other synergistically, creating a very compelling case.
The article says, this is what you need for unparalleled success.
And the newsletter says, and here's how you actually get it, day by day.
So for you, the listener, what's the takeaway, the inferred value proposition?
Well, even from these glimpses, we can gather strategic patience isn't just a virtue. It's presented as a vital, learnable, transformative skill.
Especially if you're serious about long-term achievement, particularly professionally.
It's not about just waiting idly, but waiting smart. Intentional delay, calculated observation, purposeful long-term vision.
Playing chess while others play checkers.
Exactly. The combination strongly suggests this is the critical yet often overlooked skill in the modern professional world, a profound differentiator.
In a competitive world, mastering this could be the specific advantage that lets you not just succeed initially, but excel sustainably, create lasting impact, leave a legacy.
That's the implication. True. Enduring success isn't just about talent or hard work alone. It's also about the wisdom to apply those attributes effectively, precisely, patiently over time.
A framework for sustained peak performance,
Yeah.
not just sporadic brilliance, then burnout.
Right.
Which brings us right back to that fascinating inferred theme,
Mm-hmm.
how strategic patience fundamentally separates people. The difference between the good and the great.
Yes.
The good might get impressive short-term wins, hit quarterly targets, climb the ladder reasonably well.
Common markers of success.
But the great, they seem to uniquely leverage strategic patience for those long-term, sustainable, truly impactful results.
It's like the difference between someone building a house quickly with cheap materials for immediate use.
And someone meticulously planning and building a monument, a cathedral, something meant to last centuries.
The initial progress might seem slower.
But the eventual outcome is entirely different in scale and permanence. That's the separation.
If we connect this to separating good from great, the implication is strikingly clear. The good might have drive, talent, be productive short term.
But the great possess this enlightened edge, this ability to apply patience strategically. They see beyond immediate gratification to build something lasting, influential.
It's about playing the long game with intention, foresight, unwavering commitment to a big vision.
And that secret weapon aspect implies it's not common, not intuitive.
Which is precisely why it distinguishes. The good often react quickly to circumstances, market demands.
While the great meticulously shape those circumstances through careful, patient cultivation, strategic foresight.
And the willingness to endure slow or even unseen progress.
The goods are focused on winning the next sprint, optimizing the immediate deliverable.
But the greats are preparing for a marathon. They understand the real reward isn't crossing some arbitrary line soon,
but enduring the whole complex race and crossing the ultimate finish line with strength, integrity, impact.
This deep understanding of timing, process, nonlinear growth enabled by strategic patience lets the great avoid common pitfalls of haste.
They learn from setbacks, build something with immense, lasting impact, rather than chasing transient achievements.
They're building legacy, not just making headlines.
That's a crucial distinction. Resonates everywhere. The good succeed within the current paradigm.
While the great can shift the paradigm itself, redefine what's possible, often by showing foresight, resilience, tenacity that only strategic patience provides.
They are just responding to the market. They're shaping it, anticipating its evolution, positioning themselves with a long-term vision beyond immediate trends.
This unique ability to cultivate a monumental vision and patiently work towards it, despite pressures or apparent slowness, is what truly sets them apart.
Like a business that innovates and sets new standards after years of patient R&D, deferring immediate gratification for a bigger future.
Exactly that. That's the difference between good and great in action.
Wow. So today, our deep dive into these fascinating, succinct sources has really shown us that strategic patience is way more than just waiting around. It's presented as a conscious, powerful, insightful skill, a true secret weapon for building sustainable success, especially for high achievers, through practical hacks and habits.
We've explored how strategic elevates patience to an active discipline, how secret weapon implies that asymmetric edge, and how sustainable success is about building something that endures.
We also unpacked how Level Up, the enlightened edge, links growth to wisdom and judgment, not just speed.
Right. The combination makes it clear. Strategic patience isn't abstract. It's an actionable discipline to elevate performance, ensure longevity, secure impact in a frantic world.
It's about clarity, control, and ultimately greatness, even when the path seems slow.
Precisely.
And as we wrap up, this really raises an important question for you, the listener, to consider. In a world pushing relentlessly for speed, instant gratification, immediate results, where every notification demands attention now.
Yeah, it's intense.
What might you profoundly gain by deliberately choosing to slow down sometimes, to think more strategically, to cultivate patience as a core part of your approach? Could embracing this secret weapon truly reshape your path, allowing you not just to achieve, but to build something significant, something that genuinely separates you from the merely good, and maybe propels you into the realm of the truly great?
It's a powerful thought. Where could you apply this?
Yeah, what specific areas of your life or career might benefit most from a more strategically patient approach? And what would that look like in practice for you starting today to build your own legacy of sustainable success?